What's going on, guys? All right, I am about to make breakfast. And if you want something that is quick, easy, delicious, and pretty filling, this is my go-to meal right here. So, breakfast time, we're making my loaf. All right, simple as can be. So, you can adjust the macros to whatever you need in your diet. If you want a little less carbs than I'm having or a little less fat than I'm having, just adjust the portions, but it makes it just the same. I've done it on low carb days where I couldn't have this many oats or the banana. Sometimes I'll do blueberries instead of banana if I want less calories, because a banana is a little higher carb than like some berries. Anyways, today we're doing a higher calorie one because it is growing season and I need the calories. So this is going to be about 950 calories for this breakfast. So we got 100 grams of oats, one banana, and it just makes it taste delicious and gives it a nice texture. So, like I said, you can kind of do any, you don't have to do any fruit at all, or you can use whatever fruit you want. Uh, I've done it with strawberries, blueberries. I've even sliced up apples real thin and thrown it in there and with some cinnamon, and it was freaking delicious. So, all right. Now we do 1 cup of egg whites, which is 230 grams. And yes, the yellow egg beaters, same macros as the white ones, except they're thicker. They have a better consistency when cooking. So I always use the yellow ones. I've tried the white ones and they just come out a little watery. So, and then 1 nice scoop of chocolate whey protein. That's pretty much all you got to do. Take that right there. I'm going to put a little splash of water in it. I'm not going to lie, I don't really measure the water. I used to do more water. I would match however many oats I put in there with the same amount of water. But I found that when I'm bulking, that makes it super voluminous and it's very, very filling. So when you're cutting, that's excellent. Put a little more water in there, cook it for a little longer. It'll be a little more volume and fill you up more. But in the off season, when I'm trying to put more calories down, I just put a little splash of water in there so the oats have something to cook with, but less water, and it's a little more dense and doesn't take up as much space in my stomach. So quick splash of water, then right on the blender, and that's all it is. I'm gonna blend it. Boom. All right, blended it all up. Another trick to this, which makes your morning easier and it tastes better, I think, is if you make this mixture the night before and just put this blender container in the fridge, the batter kind of thickens up overnight and it's more like a batter. But anyways, this is still delicious. So I'm just going to pour this all into this Tupperware container. Scrape it all out, make sure I don't miss any macros, any calories. And I've gotten a little bit of comments about using a plastic container, and I've tried it in a glass container. Maybe I just suck at it, but it didn't. It kind of stuck to the container a little worse. So in this plastic container, it flops right out. Whenever I'm finished with it, you'll see. But I know people are not big on microwaving plastic containers for a long period of time. But you know what? This is the only thing I microwave in plastic. Every other meal I eat out of glass containers. So one time a day, it's not going to kill me, I hope. So I just take that mixture right in the microwave for, depends on how big of loaf you make it, but around 10 minutes is usually good. And then you'll see I'll pull it out, flop it into a plate. Personally, I like to cook it for a little bit longer after that, but it's pretty much done. You don't need to. It's just a preference. All right, just beeped. Comes out looking beautifully like a loaf, and it literally just flops right out. As easy as that. And like I said, this is done. It's cooked. Personally, for me, the top is just always a little bit moist, and I like to throw it back in the microwave for just a minute or two, just to kind of evaporate that moisture off the top. I don't know, just where the part that's been sitting at the bottom of the container the whole time it was cooking. So just a couple minutes more on the plate, and then we'll add the toppings and start to eat. I am freaking starving. All right, fully cooked now, and time to add some almond butter. So just 2 tablespoons, which is 32 grams. I always suggest weighing it, not just using a tablespoon, because you're never going to measure it right just pulling a tablespoon out of there. So always weigh everything, especially when it comes to like peanut butter, almond butter, or something like that, because it's so easy to overdo it on that, especially when you start dieting. A lot of people, I've had clients where I had to remove any kind of nut butters just because they couldn't control themselves. So I also like to do it like this and go into like a negative 32 grams starting from 0, because that way you're not going to accidentally put too much on there and then have to try to remove some. You just know when you hit 32 grams by pulling it out, and then you're not over or whatever and trying to fix it. So boom, there we have it, beautifully coated almond butter banana loaf. And this is what it looks like, sliced up. I'll usually cut it up into like bite sizes like this. Sugar-free syrup. This is probably going to be burn my mouth. It's going to be too hot to eat, but be like that. Mm-hmm. The chocolate, the peanut butter, the banana, all of it together. Doesn't get old. So give that a try. Oh, the peanut butter's sticking in my throat. Quick, simple, easy. This is something that you can make. Like I said, sometimes I'll make it in the blender, put the blender in the fridge overnight. All you got to do in the morning, pour it in the Tupperware container, microwave it while it's in the microwave for 10 minutes. Go brush your teeth, get ready, take a shower or whatever, and then your breakfast is ready whenever you're ready. So makes things very convenient. It's also very easy to travel with. Maybe not with all the almond butter and all that stuff, but just the loaf itself. I'll make a couple of these, and it's a lot nicer than bringing fish and rice on an airplane or in the car or something like that. I can eat this a lot easier. So I'm going to shut up and eat, and see you guys next time.